Hello guys and welcome to this Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I'm gonna do stage 25 of Ice Golem, and this is my new and improved team. Just a couple of weeks ago I got Eurogrim. I've been looking for him for a long time, and he's gonna be my solo Ice Golem champion. So basically I have a Poison Explorer team to insta-kill the waves, and then they will all die except Eurogrim, and Eurogrim will kill the boss solo. There are many reasons for doing that, because, well, these four will never survive, ever. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, don't worry about that. So, okay, look at this. So, now everyone else will die to the boss whenever he gets a turn. Come on. My Eurogrim is insanely tanky. He has about 400 resistance. You don't need quite that much, but the more the better, right? So he will resist the heal reduction and the decreased defense from the ads. Then slowly but surely kill the Ice Golem. So the good thing about Eurogrim is that he does some AoE poisons, so in case these are surviving, he will AoE poisons everyone. His A1 are doing poisons. He's hello, here we go. Yeah, so poisons like that. There's a almost 50% chance of placing some poisons. So it is very fast and consistent. And yeah, the only lose condition kind of is if Eurogrim is dying against, well, gets hit by the block heal of heal reduction from the left ad. Can't resist that, but with 400 resistance there's about 3% chance of that happening, so yeah, pretty low. I have a usual Poison Explorer team here against the waves. You can use a Seer team instead, that would work just as fine. And yeah, the reason why I'm not doing that is because my Lydia is in a very tanky build, and that will extend my run a bit, so I won't do that. Of course I can do someone else except Lydia, but it's going to be slower. You can use a Renegade instead of Prince Kaimar, but then you have to take two turns on the second wave. But of course that's possible, no issues with that. You can use double Taurus instead, but Caldex is just better because he can poison against the boss right away, so additional poisons, that's why you have so much damage as well. You could turn off his A3 in case, because it does a lot of damage to the boss, and that can be scary if your main poisoner are actually doing some damage as well, because you don't want your poisoner to do physical damage against the boss, because poisons are not proccing the boss's passive. I will show you this one here. Whenever his health drops to these percentages, he will revive the side ads and do a big smack on your entire team. But that does not proc if you're poisoning the boss. So that's pretty funny. So yeah, ignore Swift turns defense, and for each enemy alive, freezes and does insane damage. It's very scary. So yeah, let's see how fast we can do this run. With perfect RNG, I think this can be almost 10 seconds. I mean 1 minute. What I'm saying. Of course, I didn't have a good poison RNG the first thing around, but now he's gonna die quickly. Of course, I have a little bit overkill on speed, but that's fine. Alright, 1 minute and 11 seconds. Pretty good, very consistent as well. So I will show you the builds on, well, the build on Eurogrim. The other ones doesn't really matter, and then Poison Exploder is pretty simple. I'm so blind. He's here. Oh, there he is. Got that. Alright, so my build, as you see, he is surviving easily. but I have as much stats as possible just in case Digger's defense land or heal reduction, then he has potential to survive still. So a bunch of health in the region, gear, very important. Some defense is good, a bunch of speed, and a bunch of resistance. You only need about 350 resistance to resist basically everything. Can survive with less, and if your gear is really struggling, then you can potentially do it without any resistance, because that again, then you will have to prioritize this heal. By prioritizing this every third turn, you will cleanse yourself and do a massive heal. It's very scary to do it that way, but I personally have turned this off because I don't need it. You can have it on just in case you actually get any debuffs. If you only can get like 300 resistance, that's, yeah. So AoE poisons and heals, very good, and the poison A1, very good. And the aura helps a lot as well. So the masteries, yeah. Spirit Haste, again 24 additional speed, very good, and Master Hex for additional poison duration, helps with damage, and normal accuracy stuff. Some additional heal, why not? So I want the resistance here, resistance there, just to get as much resistance as possible. Resurgence is also very nice. If you do have heal reduction and you get hit by more than 20%, 25% of your health, then you have a 50% chance of removing that debuff, basically saving you, so this can come in very handy. I don't go offense 3 because I don't want any damage at all. No, because all of these damage is gonna proc the passive that the boss has, so beware of that. So yeah, Eurigrim is one of the better poisoners for this job. You can use Bad Alcazar, he is insanely good as well. You could use poisoners like Frozen Banshee, she's a little bit more squishy. For a time I did use Kale, actually doing the exact same job as Eurigrim does. It took a longer time and his base health is so insanely low, so it's kind of scary. And I couldn't get the resistance that high as well. After that, for a long time I also had Brickstar as the solo champion. This is a lot more sketchy though, but still better than Kale. He was the one soloing the boss. The problem is, HP burn can only have, well, we can only apply 1 HP burn on the enemy. Can't have more stacks than 1. Multiple stacks would be insane, because HP burn does more damage, but yeah. The reason why I used him is because he was strong affinity and he survived very easily because of his great base stats, stuff like that, base resistance, and yeah, so he survived easily and solved the boss, but it took over 2 minutes on average, so it's possible. Of course, you can use a ninja in regeneration and resistance and stuff. It's very hard to pull off as well, his base health isn't great. So basically prioritize Hellburn and he will kill the boss pretty quickly. Be sure not to have any, don't have War Master and stuff like that because that will proc his passive. So, it's possible, kind of a boss killer build that works against the dragon and stuff as well. So yeah, with this Eurigrim build, I can also easily solo the dragon boss. Whenever I come to the boss, Eurigrim instantly solo the boss easily. You don't need resistance to solo the dragon bosses at all, so yeah, that's my new best Ice Golem team. I haven't tried it a lot because I don't like farming Ice Golem outside of any kind of event, so yeah, good luck with farming Ice Golem, and hopefully you have a good poisoner that you can use some kind of AoE poisons and stuff like that. Yes, using Cal, no, No, I wouldn't use Cadillacs as a poisoner to RNG. And you don't want to use people like Nephril. Even though he has triple poison on an I1, the animations are so slow and terminated stuff, you can turn that off and it's gonna be a pain. I mean, Zavia, you could run Zavia as a very tanky with health and regen and resistance stuff. She would kill the boss eventually or herself without any damage on her build. But again, it's gonna be a lot slower than using Rigrim. So, anyways, that's it for this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and if I missed anything, leave it in the comments, and I see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.